Take a look at this chart. The line tracking global financial investment in artificial intelligence is climbing exponentially. But right alongside that massive spend is a stark reality. 70% of digital and AI transformations fail to meet their objectives. When deployments stall, executives tend to blame the software itself or complain about poor internal data quality. The reality is that the root cause of this massive failure rate is almost never the technology. The actual bottleneck blocking a return on investment is organizational culture. Employees worry they are training their own replacements. They lack trust in the automated outputs, and they freeze up when company policies around data usage are vague or non-existent. Rolling out generative tools like a standard IT software upgrade leads to poor adoption. Integrating this technology successfully requires a redesign of the incentives and workflows that dictate how work gets done. Before you can fix the culture problem, you need to understand the distinct layers of the technology you are deploying. The foundational layer is machine learning. At its core, this is a system that autonomously recognizes regularities and patterns within large datasets without being explicitly programmed for every single task. The next evolutionary step is deep learning. This utilizes complex neural networks, algorithms modeled loosely on the human brain, to process massive amounts of information and handle highly complex, nuanced problems. Sitting on top of that is generative AI, which includes large language models. These systems are specifically trained to predict the next logical word in a sentence or the next pixel in an image, allowing them to create entirely original text, code, and visuals. Because these tools generate answers in seconds, people expect them to be plug-and-play solutions. In practice, the value of artificial intelligence builds slowly over time and requires heavy organizational change management to refine. Deploying these powerful language models into a rigid, traditional corporate structure without preparing your workforce is exactly like dropping a Formula One engine into a horse-drawn carriage. Leaders must first move the organization from a mindset of role preservation to one of role evolution. Anxiety over job security spikes when automated tools arrive, but smart integration reshapes existing roles rather than erasing entire departments. The goal is co-intelligence. The technology takes over repetitive administrative tasks, like generating reports or sorting communications, and frees up human workers to focus entirely on strategy, innovation, and leadership. To get there, managers have to create protected experimentation zones. Employees need explicit permission to run AI pilots that might fail or generate incorrect early outputs without facing professional penalties. If you don't build genuine psychological safety, your staff will either avoid the technology completely or they will use it secretly in the shadows. Either outcome completely negates the strategic value of your investment. That psychological safety has to be balanced with absolute clarity on governance and data privacy rules. This government privacy guide highlights a severe, real-world risk. An employee uploaded hypothetical case studies built from real-life mental health reports into a consumer-grade generative AI tool. Months later, the model regurgitated those specific patient details to an outside researcher. Enterprises need two strict defenses against this: utilizing approved, secure enterprise accounts only, and enforcing a hard prohibition on typing personal or sensitive business data into any prompt. You also have to mandate a human-in-the-loop protocol. A person must actively review every single AI output to catch inherent biases, out-of-date information, or entirely fabricated facts known as hallucinations. Establishing clear governance rules does not stifle innovation. It fosters trust, ensuring that distributed AI fluency can spread safely across every department in the company. Once the organizational structure is in place, integration moves to the individual level, requiring daily, tactical prompt engineering skills. This IESE Business School template demonstrates the context and constraint rule. Effective prompts must define a specific goal, target audience, tone, and formatting limitations. From there, enter the iteration loop. Treat the software like an inexperienced intern. Analyze bad outputs, refine constraints, and prompt again. Managers can start testing these skills right now with low-risk use cases. Use it to draft routine emails, summarize lengthy internal reports, or generate brainstorming ideas. Mastering how to apply constraints transforms the technology from an unpredictable novelty into a highly reliable, time-saving administrative collaborator. Successful enterprise adoption targets long-term strategic value, the kind of market advantage that comes from moving an organization closer to its multi-year goals. The measurable return on investment is a workforce capable of compounding its own efficiency, as employees provide the feedback loops necessary to sharpen AI outputs over time. By building this foundation of trust and technical literacy, managers transform from bottlenecks into leaders who can manage higher volumes of work with better precision than those relying on intuition alone.